Good afternoon and welcome. This is Stephen, live from wonderful Wiltshire, and this is the Wednesday broadcast to Amazon Live. I'm just waiting for things to get ready. I'm going to paste that link in there. Hopefully, this will work. And connect. So let's go here and go live. Okay, so we're going live on Amazon Live. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, Facebook, if you're watching live. Hello, YouTube, if you're watching live. I'll be with you in round about 13 seconds. Hopefully you can't hear that noise. That's in the background. You should only be able to hear my voice, all things being equal, because we are using crisp.ai for noise cancellation. Okay, you're looking out over my garden. My neighbour's garden, Angelica's garden, and you can see a breeze. It's about 20 degrees today, about 68, 70 Fahrenheit, and we've been for our walk, and I'm going on screen. Hello, and welcome to this live broadcast on Amazon Live, and let's start at the beginning. So, welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England. The broadcast is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen, and we'll be talking about webcams, microphones, audio gear, live video, and of course, Fitbits, which is the action part of the show. So I can hide that, come back to me, and I'm back on screen. Okay, all good. Everything's working. Hello, everybody on Amazon Live. Thank you for watching live. And you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire, England. And I'm very happy to be here today to be able to talk to you. And I'm broadcasting using Be Live, and whatever you see this symbol, that symbol, then that's Be Live. Okay, Be Live, 8 people on screen. I'm going to show you, well, I'm actually using Be Live, so you'll see it at its best today, hopefully, as we play a YouTube video, show images on screen, show text and everything. And we're starting off today. And I'm going to have 3 cameras, if I can, just a second. Yeah, I just need to switch a camera. Just give me a second. So I'm switching from my Oberspot 4K to my Oberspot Tiny camera. I'll be back on screen in a second. So that's not the view I wanted to give you. Just a minute. Let's go here. Okay, and go here and go here. Okay, that's my BenQ monitor, and you can see the Oberspot Tiny, Logitech Brio, Logitech Litra Lite, and I'm going to come on screen, switch my camera back on. Okay, and we're looking at the Logitech Litra Lite, which is down the carousel, and let's get going. Basically, this is it. I had a problem. I had 2 softboxes lighting my studio, one either side of me, and I had them for 3 years. But the problem with softboxes is that they are fabric and they wear and tear. And Angelica said they were looking a bit unsightly, so they had to go. So for 3 weeks, I was broadcasting without lights until I saw this, which was an Amazon Live broadcast with my good friend Marco Novo from Portugal. And he was interviewing Daniel Zigman of Logitech. Now we know Logitech for the cameras, this webcam C920, 22, 25, 930, but this is the first light they've ever produced. And it is, if I put its full name on the bottom of the screen, just let me go here. We'll get up to speed in a minute. It is the Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED streaming light, and it's designed for streamers and for gamers. It's designed to be used all day, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now as we say goodbye to Daniel and to Marco, and come back to me. Okay, this is the light, and just let me go full screen for a moment. This is the light. When you get it, there's cellophane on the back there. There is cellophane around the base. Take that off, recycle it. That's your first job. Okay, then if you lift this here, you can put it over the back of your monitor. Now, if I go to here, you can see that Logitech Litra Glow is there. You can see the size of it. It's only 3 inches by 3 inches. It's the only light I've got on today. And it's next to the Brio camera to actually give the light with a lens. So that's basically the setup that's lighting me today. Okay. In terms of the light itself, you've got a supplied USB cable, which you plug in, and you plug it into your computer, PC or Mac. Then you switch it on, which is the central button there. And then you've got sliders to actually control the brightness and the temperature. Now, I'm a great believer in using software to control hardware. Okay, so I'm going to show you the software in a couple of minutes. But the light itself, you can angle it down to there. You can take it back up again. You can twist it left or you can twist it right. Okay, the idea is, and you can raise it. So it can go, if I come out here, you'll be able to see how far it can actually extend, and bring it down. And as you can see, what I've done is I've got mine on top of my monitor, just like that, at that angle. Okay, so let's take the logo off so that you can see the screen clearly, and the logo will disappear. Apply, and we'll put a different logo on. That's the one. Okay, so you're watching me. So it's a true soft light, and it's got an adjustable monitor mount. What you can do is you can take the light off the mount here and put it onto a tripod, which gives you great flexibility. On the back, we can see the brightness and the temperature settings. And it's got a desktop app, which I'm going to show you in a minute. It's natural light. This is not in your face light. This is a natural light with a radiant look. That's the way it's been designed. And it is safe, as I said earlier, for all day streaming. And the price is $59.99. Now, when I compared lighting systems, you compare what you want, really. Majority were around about $200. I just wanted one that would light me effectively. And that's what the Logitech Litra Glow does. It lights me effectively. For solo broadcasters, this is the ideal light, whether you're on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. This is a low-cost light, safe for all-day streaming. Freedom of light placement, you can put it on top of your monitor, or you can put it on a tripod, and it uses Logitech's free G-Hub desktop software. Now, G-Hub has been around a while. It's loved by gamers, millions of gamers around the world, so they've added the light to it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and show you the software. And this is how you actually control the light. I mean, if I had to reach up over the top of the monitor to actually adjust the lighting, then it wouldn't work properly. So what I'm going to do is bring in the software, take that off the screen, and show you the G-Hub software, which is here. Okay, so this is the G-Hub software, and as you can see, it can control the light. So let's switch the logo off, because we're actually talking about the light. And essentially what you have is the ability to switch the light on and off. Now let's basically set this up and go like this. Okay, so I'm being lit by the light. The light is on top of my monitor, and if I go like this, just go up a bit, right a bit, left a bit, back to where I began. Okay, I'm just going to change up slightly. Just give me a second and we'll change the screen display. Okay, so now we've got a better view. So light is lighting me, it's on top of my monitor, and that's the software. So if I switch the light off, yeah, I'm just going to the software and I'm going to switch the light off. Yeah, then the immediate effect is that I go dark. Now, the camera, which is the Logitech Brio, is trying to compensate for that. So we'll see later, if you've no lights at all, and I have no lights, then your camera will try and do compensation so that people can still see you and you can still see me. Okay, so let's switch the light back on again. And if I go here, I can switch the light on. So press two controls, on and off. So I don't need to reach over the light. I don't need to, it stops you actually doing this. It stops you actually reaching over, yeah, and going over there and trying to fiddle with the light. You don't need to do that anymore. You've got the software to actually control the on and off situation. Now, the light itself has 6 presets, and I'm going to go through these presets and you'll see the light change and you'll see my appearance change as well. So the first one is this one, and this is bright daylight. Okay, it's the temperature is way down and the brightness is at the top. The second one, second preset, is cozy daylight, which is quite good. And what it's actually doing is changing the feel of the broadcast, because lighting is important. Getting the lighting right on your live broadcast, whether you're on Zoom or any of the social media networks, you need to get the lighting right. And some of these changes will be subtle, I'll give you that, but they are real. And cozy candlelight is one of my favorites. And then the last one, you can set your own preset. Okay, so bright warm candlelight, and that's bright as bright can be. I'm going to turn down the temperature, okay, to round about there. I'm going to turn the brightness down to there. Okay, so you can endlessly adjust the lighting to actually suit yourself. This is all about being comfortable on camera. Lighting is important, cameras are important, microphones are important, but lighting is important too. And even in daytime, lighting can actually help the way you actually look on screen. So Logitech Litra Light basically plugs into your computer, sits on your monitor or on your desktop, and you can control it using the software. Simple and straightforward to do. And it's down the carousel today. It's $59.99. And it's the first light that Logitech produced. It's safe for all-day streaming. We've got freedom of light placement, and we've been using the free G Hub software to control it. Just go to logitech.com, type in G Hub, download the software. You can then control not only the light, but you can control your cameras too using one piece of software. So let's give it its full name again. If I go down here, switch that off, we've been looking at Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED Streaming Light. Now, since I started showing this light, several of my friends have bought it. Nick Wood was the latest to buy it. Krista Bovan's bought it. In fact, quite a few people in my circle have bought it, including Mr. Jim Ziegler, who is in Atlanta, Georgia. So a lot of people have actually bought it, and it is an ideal solo light for solo broadcasting. Yeah, it lights you effectively. So $59.99 down in the carousel, and that's our first item today. Okay, so let's put the logo back on. There you are, hopefully. Right, so the logo's back on. So I'm going to put the light back down and safely. I always try and put things away because there's that many things I'm going to show you during this live broadcast that my desk gets totally cluttered. And we're going to be looking at later the Oswalt camera, and the Oswalt camera has 3 presets. So it can go to the monitor, it can go outside, Okay, that's the view across our neighbours out. And if I go left a bit, I think I've moved the camera. Just a minute. Okay, that's fair. And then I can go to me. So we're looking at this camera shortly. It's gone past my walking medals and it's going to come round to me. This camera is an example of actually mounting something on a tripod. This camera is not positioned on my desktop. It's on a tripod and it is, sorry about that, it is at eye level. Now, one of the things about broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, is actually looking at the camera is a problem, because if the camera is on the monitor, I'll show you. If your camera is on the monitor, okay, which the Logitech Brio and the Spot 4K are, then you've got to look up. So you've got to look up there. Okay, so you're going from there to make sure that you're actually looking at the people watching you. When you put the camera on a tripod, however, you can look directly into the camera. I've no distractions. I'm looking directly at the camera. And I think as an alternative to actually putting the camera on top of your monitor, put it on a tripod, and it's a lot easier to use. It's more natural this way. You feel more relaxed. Well, at least I feel more relaxed anyway. So let's come back to here. And that was a quick look at what the cameras can do. I've got a comments coming in, and I'm in my BeLive studio today, which means let's go here and apply. I'm in my BeLive studio, which means that I can see the comments made on Amazon and show them on screen. Say hello to Rome, is a good friend of mine, fellow Amazon insider and live broadcaster. Rome, thank you for visiting today. And Rome is saying, hit the follow button and asking questions in the comments. This is a whole thing. This Amazon Live is a free resource for anybody who's watching on Amazon.com. We're here to help. I've been broadcasting now for 7 years. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting, please do ask. Just type it in the comments and I can actually show it on screen. And back to Rome again. Thank you, Rome. Thank you. I always enjoy the camaraderie between broadcasters on Amazon Live. We are family and we help and support each other, and we drop into each other's shows, basically to encourage each other and to help explain what this is all about. Hitting the follow button, which is down below, enables you to actually keep track of me, really. I follow about 250 different broadcasters on Amazon Live, and I can hop into their shows anytime by going to the following button at the top, and that gives me everybody I've followed, and I can see whether they're live, and I can see their latest replay. Rome, if you are still with us, and I hope you are, then please do add a link in the comments to your broadcasts, and then people can hop over and watch your broadcasts. I think they're later in the day today, because I'm early. I'm early because I'm early. I'll tell you why I'm early. I am early because at 12 p.m. Eastern today, I'm live on Facebook with Finding Guests for Your Broadcasts, hosted by me. And it is for BeLive, and we'll be talking about how to find guests for your live broadcasts or your Zoom calls. In other words, where can you find people to actually interview or chat with or talk to? So that's at 12 p.m. Eastern today for BeLive, and I'll be live on Facebook and YouTube and all points near. Now, we've totally messed the screen. Let's say thank you to Jim. Switch off my second camera. I've shown you the software that controls my lighting, so we don't need that anymore. I can stop sharing. And we're back to me. Okay. So thank you for watching live on Amazon. Thank you for watching live on Facebook and YouTube. If you are on Amazon now, ask questions, and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, now I shoot a lot of video, and I use, just a minute, I'm looking for something. I put something somewhere safe. Oh, wait a minute. I got it. Right, I'll do this. I do a lot of mobile video, and from Sarnia, Ontario, we say hello to Barry Loxton. Barry, thank you for joining me on Facebook today. Brilliant. Really appreciate it. I hope you're both well. Okay. And that's the thing about live video. We make friends around the globe. So we're actually connecting England with Canada. And of course, today, England with the USA. So I'm going to switch this phone on. And okay, I'm going to be showing you this phone later as well. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, the flagship Samsung phone. But, oh, just a minute, let's just check something. Whilst we're here, I can go here. Just a minute. I can go, wait a minute, where am I trying to go? If I go backwards there, okay. Very good. Almost got there. Just trying something. Just give me a second. Okay. And I'm going to try that again in a minute. Okay. But I'm a great fan of actually shooting mobile video. And the thing is that if you use, just give me a second. Don't go anywhere. I just need to do something. Okay. No matter how much you prepare for a broadcast, you always forget something. And I'm just, at the moment, just to tell you what I'm doing, I'm reaching under the desk to actually retrieve something so I can come back and talk to you. And I'm just getting rid of that and rid of that. Oh, wait a minute, that's what I want. Let's go here and go to me and go to my profile. I'm actually doing things. This is I should put up a sign which says I'll be back in a minute, but okay. I've got where I wanted to be. Okay, thank you for that short intermission, and thank you for staying with me. It'd be worth it, I assure you. And the last thing we did was to say hello to Barry, who's in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Okay, right. I found my phone. I was actually charging it because you need to charge phones occasionally. This is how I shoot mobile video, and I've been to Stonehenge, I've been to Avebury, I've been all around Wiltshire, and every time I go, my partner and I go out, we actually take a video to record the event. And because I want to put the videos on YouTube, the quality of the video from the camera is fine, but sound is a problem. If you use the internal microphone, then it's okay, but you can go one better than that. And down in the carousel at the moment is this. Okay, and this is, okay, the PowerDewise lapel microphone with a 3.5-inch audio jack. And I use this on all my broadcasts because to actually be able to plug it into the phone, well, let's show you how to do it. So I'm going to put that box down there. Okay, you'll see what I'm up against in a minute. But if I now go and get my lapel microphone, okay, so put the pouch over there. Hopefully everything's still intact. And do you know when you put a wire, a single wire, yeah, and it gets so tangled up? This is not true. I mean, this was, when I put it away, it was perfect. Okay, that's better. Okay, this is the lapel microphone, and it's got the cover on, and it's got a crocodile clip. So if you want to use the lapel microphone, the first thing you do is you attach it. Okay, and it simply goes like that. Stage one. Stage two, you untangle the wire. Okay, you get hold of your phone. This would be good. If it works, it'd be good. You get hold of your phone like so, and you simply put the audio cable into your phone. That cuts out the internal microphone. Yeah. And it means that the lapel microphone which you're wearing is now taken over, and the quality of the sound with an external lapel microphone is far better than if you use the internal microphone on the phone. The act of plugging it in switches off the internal microphone. Take it out again, and the internal microphone is working. So you don't need to have any software or anything. You just plug it in. Simple as that. And it does work. And I'll show you a video later using the sound from this lapel microphone. Now, basically, you want good quality sound if you're going to be repurposing to YouTube. All my videos are on YouTube, and basically people come and watch them, and they watch them because the sound is good. We all know that if you have good picture, people will stay, but if you have bad sound, people just move on. Yeah, and that's why it's important to have good sound. And if I can find where I put the box, the power device microphone that's down in the carousel is the answer to mobile sound. But not just that. Okay, in addition to being a live broadcaster for the last 7 years, I'm also a Udemy instructor. Udemy, quite probably the biggest online course sellers in the world. And I'm an instructor there. I've got 15,000 students. I teach people all about live broadcasting and about Be Live, of course. And when I first started making the courses, Udemy said you've got two choices. You can either soundproof the whole of your office, yeah, or you can use a lapel microphone. Now, a lapel microphone at $35.45, which is a big discount today, it's not as expensive as soundproofing the whole of your office. And I used this microphone to actually record all the videos I did on Udemy, because if you're paying $50 for a course, you expect good quality video. Now we've got that covered with Logitech C920 or Logitech Brio. You also expect good sound, which is why you either soundproof your office or you use a lapel microphone. So that's the second use of it. If you're doing instructional videos, you could use a lapel microphone. The third use of this particular microphone is that if you don't want to buy, you want to just test out the waters, you want something that's going to work when you're live on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, this is the microphone that will do that. The lapel microphone will give you good sound when you're broadcasting. Okay, it's as simple as that. It improves the quality of your sound. So this is not just for mobile video. This is basically for creating instructional videos, and as your first external microphone. Great idea. Now, one of the problems is that I upgraded my phone, okay? And this phone, the Samsung Galaxy S22, does not have an audio socket. I can't plug this in, it's impossible. Yeah, there's not a socket for it. So down in the carousel at the moment, I'm just going there. If I can find it, just a minute. Just give me a minute. I need to find something. We'll get there. Okay. Down in the carousel is a little piece of kit that costs $8.70, but it is priceless because this is down the carousel at the moment. It's a 3.5mm to USB-C connector. So I can take the cable from my lapel microphone, plug it in, yeah, and now that cable is now USB-C. So I can take the USB-C cable and I can plug it into my mobile phone that doesn't have an audio socket. Just simply plug it in. Yeah. So I can use the lapel microphone now with this mobile phone. I mean, you've got to be honest here. I am looking for a Bluetooth microphone. If anybody knows of, can recommend any, I'm in the market for a Bluetooth microphone so that I can put voice to my recordings and put them up on YouTube and be high quality. So, and talking of high quality, just a minute. We are also live, apart from being on Amazon Live, we're live on Facebook, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and you can see it's playing the video. Now, the live video, and you can see the resolution, you can see the quality. If I put it there and hold it steady, then you can see also that there is a delay between what I'm seeing and what you're seeing. Okay, but that's it. So I love the fact that I can simulcast out onto Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon Live. Okay, if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, you'll find the link to join me on Amazon Live is up above. The Amazon Live experience is totally different from the one on Facebook and YouTube. So if you can, and you are watching live, please do click the link to join us on Amazon Live, because we've got the carousel. Okay, and just a note to everybody, Rome commented earlier on the Amazon Live broadcast. If you do comment, then I can show you your comment on screen. I can show your name. I cannot show your picture unless you're logged in. But if you've got any questions, then please do ask. Okay. Right. Okay. Just a reminder, you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire, England. I'm talking about video. I'm talking about cameras, microphones, audio gear, Fitbits, everything to do with going live. And when I say go live, I'm talking about Zoom, I'm talking about Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And we're going to show you the cameras that you can use. We're going to show you the microphones that you can use. We're going to show you the green screens that you can actually use. Now, if you've not broadcast before, then you need an external camera. Okay. And down in the carousel at the moment, I'm going to whiz back in the carousel. Down in the carousel at the moment is Logitech C920X. Okay. Now, talking of Logitech C920X, I'm going to go here. It's Logitech C920X. The X stands for extra. Okay, and I'll tell you what the extra is in 2 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. I'll tell you what extra you get when you buy Logitech, which is down the carousel today at $69.99. Okay, so we're going to talk about the extra. It is full 1080p HD, 30 frames per second. In terms of broadcasting quality, how clear the picture is determined by two factors. One is the number of pixels that are being sent at one time, and the second is the number of frames per second that are being sent. Now, you're watching me at 720 pixels, which is DVD quality. Next is 1080p, and that's where we're at. This is high definition, so this is better quality. The more pixels, the better quality of the picture. The other thing is that you're actually watching moving pictures. This is no joke. What's actually happening, 30 frames per second, is the system is taking 30 images, 30 photographs a second, and sending those 30 photographs across the internet, and they're reassembled. So that's how it works. This is actually a series of still images put together so it looks like it's moving. Okay, just as an aside, I live near to Laycock Abbey, which is in Wiltshire. It's about 20 miles down the road, and it's the home of photography. It's where the first ever photograph was taken. An amazing place to visit. It's a photography museum. Anyway, I digress. We're talking about cameras, and over here, I just happen to have. Okay, I do own 75% of what's in the carousel. So if I talk about something, then I can show it you. Just a reminder, I'm broadcasting from BeLive, and I can move that logo off screen as we move on to, I'll go here. Okay, and go here. Right, with no logo. I'll perhaps have this so you know We'll try that logo. All right, this is the Logitech C920X camera, which is down the carousel. This is the ideal first camera. Logitech, we know, are makers of webcams. This is a 920. I bought this 7 years ago when I started live broadcasting. There were a group of us who said, we need to up our game. We need to get better. We need to present ourselves better on live broadcasting. We need an external camera. We need an external microphone. The C920X has, well, it's high definition, we know that, 78-degree field view, and it's got twin microphones. In fact, it has clear stereo audio, 2 omnidirectional microphones. They pick up the sounds all around you. It's got HD light auto correction. And if I just switch my light off, what would happen is that the camera will auto correct for the lack of light. Okay, light back on. And that's the Logitech Litra light that we saw earlier. There is advanced software that you can actually use to actually control this. That's a bit big in there. Just a minute. I want to shrink that. Just a second. Okay. There is advanced capture software that you can create and share video content, and it's called Logitech Capture. I'm going to show you that when we actually get to Logitech Brio. Okay. It's got the low light setting, which we just said, a 78-degree field of view. I'll explain that later when we get to the Brio. And the camera, this version of it, isn't the version down in the carousel, is not 7 years old. It is, in fact, released on March 31st, 2020. Okay. And this is basically the reason that I have got it in the carousel is that the Logitech C920X includes 3 months license of XSplit VCam background removal. Now, I've been using XSplit VCam background removal since 2019, and it simply works. And I'm going to explain to you in this short video, I'm going to show you about 2 minutes of this video, what background removal is all about, irrespective of which system you use. This is how background removal actually works. So take the logo off. So the logo is gone. You've got me on screen, previous version of me wearing glasses. And I'm going to explain how background removal software works. And I'm going to start now. I'm going to switch my mic off. Is Butcher in England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you a sample of this. Okay, now hopefully, I just want to make a check. Just give me a second. I just need to switch my phone on. Samsung Galaxy S22, we'll be talking about it later. I want to go over here, what I'm seeing and what you're seeing. Okay, but that's it. I just want to check something. So I love the fact that it is to take an image from your hard drive. Give me a second. I just need to switch my phone on. Samsung Galaxy S22, we'll be talking about it later. Okay. Sorry about that. Well, every time I play a video, I just got to make sure that I've got sound. 99% of the time I do, but occasionally I don't. So the worst thing that can happen when you're live broadcasting, you're chatting away and everything's working, is to lose sound. So I haven't lost sound. Now, if I go here, okay, and hide that and go side by side. I've been using this software since January 2019. It simply works. It gets better and better. They are good at updating the software. They release new versions, and every time XSplit release a new version, I update my software. This video, the full video, is on YouTube, and you can actually track the progress since 2019, because every few months I make a new video. I'm due to make one this weekend because XSplit have just updated again, so that video is slightly out of date. Principles, though, are exactly the same. Now, when it comes to changing your background, yeah, you can have any background you want. Okay, you can get it from your hard drive, just upload an image, done. You can use a YouTube video as your backdrop if you wish, a moving picture. That will not have sound, but you can play a YouTube video in the background. Now, it's got to be a public video, and do watch out for copyright problems. Don't play the Rolling Stones in the background. The next place you can actually get a backdrop from is any website. You can use any website anywhere in the world as your backdrop, because websites by definition are public. So pick your website. It's yours. You don't need to do anything. But if it's somebody else's website, then what I generally tend to do is say this is the website of CNN, CNBC, BBC, and basically that's a win-win situation, because you're keeping people informed, and if they want to visit the site afterwards, they can. And then the final place you can actually get images from is a website, and the website is called unsplash.com. Now, what has happened is photographers from around the world have sent their best photographs to unsplash.com. Unsplash.com index them and tag them, and we as users can go to unsplash.com and download images for free, royalty free, copyright free, free. If you go there and you type in Paris, Texas in the search engine, you'll get pictures of Paris, Texas. If you go there and you type in Paris, France, you'll get pictures of Paris, France, Eiffel Tower, Louvre, everything French, everything Parisian. So unsplash.com, free resource to get backdrops. Backdrops can actually change the way that you are perceived on camera. This is a great way to actually improve how you look on a Zoom call, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. You can change your mood. You can change the mood of people watching you using background software. Now, you may think that I am sat in front of a brick wall. Okay. And I am. But I'm not sat in front of a real brick wall, as I will reveal in a moment, and hide that and go here. We're going to our next camera, which is, oh, wait a minute. Let's not forget, this is on discount today. It's 138.09, which is 31% off. So this camera is 31% off today. It's the Logitech Brio, and Logitech Brio 4K webcam, and you're watching it now. I can't say further than that. You're actually watching it. This is it. Now, because we're only 720p on Amazon Live, you're not seeing it at its best, but you are getting a darn good representation. It's Ultra 4K. My phone's gone off. It's Ultra 4K HD video. And say hello to Robert Stern on Facebook. Hello, Robert. It's Ultra 4K video, 720, which is what I'm broadcasting at now, DVD quality, 1080, which is high definition, and then 4K somewhere up there. Now, I got this very camera for one reason. I wanted to know what it was all about. What's 4K? What does it do? So I got the camera from Amazon. Just plug and play, plug it straight into my PC. Equally well, it goes into a Mac because it's a very popular camera. Then it's recognized straight away, and it works. Now, if you then go and you load OBS or vMix or XSplit vCam, there's an external piece of software, you can broadcast to YouTube in 4K. And I've done it, and the results are stunning at night and day. I mean, the actual quality of a 4K video, awesome, stunning. There's no adjective big enough to describe what 4K video is like. And we can broadcast to YouTube for free. Just take the camera out of the box, plug it in, it's recognized straight away. You can go live on YouTube. Okay, go to OBS, add the camera, set the destination as YouTube, set the resolution to 4K. That's it. Works out of the box. So, and it's also future-proofing yourself. We are eventually going to be able to broadcast in 4K. Eventually. The infrastructure is being put in place. I went out for a walk this lunchtime, and we've got a company in the UK called Gigabit, Gigabit, and they're laying new cable, which will allow us to have super fast internet, because we're in the UK. Okay, we don't have the same internet as you have in the States. We're going to get super fast internet, and that means that I can actually do the 4K thing a lot more. But it is Ultra 4K. I got it because I was curious, and I'm stunned by the results. Now, if we go here, I can actually show you the camera. Just give me a second. If I go here, okay. Okay, this is my BenQ monitor, which is down the carousel. Okay. There's the Obspot Tiny. We're going to be looking at that in a moment. And there is the Logitech Brio camera. It's on top of the monitor. There's a lip, and it's looking at me. And then next to it is the Logitech Litra light we talked about earlier. It's got HD light auto correction. Now, if I switch the light off, then I go dark, but you can still see me because the camera is auto correcting. Yeah, so I don't disappear entirely and go off and back on again. It's got a wide field of view, and it is in fact 90 degrees. Yeah, so that's the angle, and it can see out over those 90 degrees. Yeah, now I'm going to show you in a moment the 3 settings, which we'll come to. Just to let you know, it's 4 times resolution of a typical HD webcam, and it's got, we talked about the light adjustment, it's called right light. Now it's got 3 fields of view, 90, which you've just seen, which is the full 90-degree angle, 78 or 65. I'm going to show you now what those mean, but in addition to that, I'm also going to say and show you and demonstrate why whenever you get a camera, whenever you buy a new camera or a microphone, yeah, anything, when you buy anything, do check whether there is software that you can actually download. Now, I'm going to show you a piece of software called Logitech Capture. Now, Logitech Capture works with any Logitech camera, 920, 922, 925, C930, C270, everything apart from the Mevo, which has got its own software. But Logitech Capture allows you to take full control of the camera, which means that you can do what I've done. And I'm going to show you what I've done to give you an idea of what is possible. Because if you don't download the software, you get the default camera settings. So let's share screen. Hopefully this will work. Share screen, go over here to a window, and the window I want is that one. Share. So we're going to take a look at the software. I need a second to set this up, but this is the software. Now, just a quick walkthrough. Okay, on the Home tab, you can go up and down, you can go left and right, you can zoom in and out. You can set the field of view. You can see it's controlling the Brio 4K at the moment, and you can see the fields of view 65 and 90. With the same software, you can adjust the brightness, the color, the contrast, and auto white balance. And we'll try that in a minute. So what I'm going to do to show you this software is to take it off full screen like this. Just a minute. Right. Okay. Oh, I've got a delay in my studio. Just let me close something down. And thank you for watching me live on Amazon. Right. So we've talked about Expert VCam earlier. I can hide that. Okay. Nope. Now I can hide that. What I want to do, just a minute, I've misplaced something. These things are bound to happen. I clicked the wrong button. You know, we do click wrong buttons occasionally. I'm going to share screen again. Just a minute. Let me just share screen again. Second time lucky, honestly. All right, share screen again. Bring it in. And right, this time it's going to work. Okay, don't worry. So we brought the software in. I'm going to go off full screen and we're going to be side by side. Right, the next thing I'm going to do, it's worth it. I mean, I'm setting up, but it will be worth it, I assure you. Right, so we're now side by side. I give you an overview of what the software can do. Now, hands up if you think I'm sat up against a brick wall. Hands up if you think my office looks like this. Oh, before I do my thing, say hello to Corinda. Corinda's a good friend, fellow Amazon live broadcaster based near to Heathrow, near to London. Corinda, thank you for joining me. Okay, so I'm going to use the controls on the software to show you what my office looks like. Are you ready? I'm going to zoom out once, twice, and then I'm going to go to 90 degrees. If you don't download the software to take control, these are the default camera settings. You can see my bookshelf with my German language books. You can see my Samsung all in one PC. I wish they still made those. You can see it's not a wall. It's actually a photography backdrop over a green screen, which was correctly identified by Krista Bowen the other day. This is what you'd look like if you don't download the software. The software is free. It's called Logitech Capture, and you can download it from logitech.com. Just go to logitech.com, type in Logitech Capture, and you can download the software. Yeah, simple and easy and straightforward. Okay, and over to Didar, who's saying keep up the good work. Didar's a good friend. We've known each other for many years. And thank you for dropping by, Didar, on Facebook. And also, Rome is just left us. Rome is off to do his own broadcast. So, Rome, thank you very much. And thank you for the good wishes. Now, the next thing is that this is the default camera settings. Now, most people don't download the software and they look like this on a Zoom call, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. They just use the camera's default settings. If you do download the software, then what you can do, I'm just going to press 3 buttons. Zoom in, 78 degrees. That's it. Okay. And if you hadn't seen what I've just shown you, you wouldn't know. I'm set up to broadcast against a brick wall, and that's what you're seeing. And we move over and say hello to Equity Real Estate. Good morning, and it's 8 a.m. in Colorado. Thank you for joining me. Okay, absolutely brilliant. And also from Equity, hello, Corinda. So Corinda and Equity know each other. Okay, I always love it when people sort of have a conversation around a broadcast. Absolutely brilliant. Now, just to go through that again, if you zoom out, and go to 90 degrees, this is what you look like. This is the camera's default settings. If you download the software, then you can set it up exactly as you want it to be and look exactly as you want to. Now, there is a 65-degree setting, which I'm going to press now, and that takes it even closer into me. That's a bit big for me. So I'm going to zip back down to 78 degrees. Okay. And this is my optimum setting. Yeah. And roughly in the middle of the screen, I've got headroom. Yeah. So you can see above my head, you can see, I'm not up against the screen. I've seen that a lot on Zoom calls. I'm actually reasonably well balanced most of the time. So that is the Logitech C Brio. Versatile mounting options. You can actually mount it on a tripod if you wish. It is 4K, 1080 or 720. The camera was released on February 7th, 2017. And software I just talked about is Logitech Capture. Okay. Right. So that is Logitech Brio. And just a reminder, we've looked at Logitech Litra Ultraglow Light, which is down in the carousel at the moment. We've looked at the lapel microphone and Logitech C920X. And now we just looked at the Logitech Brio, which today is 31% off. It's $138.99. Okay. The next camera I'm going to look at is on discount too. It's 15% off. It's $169. So I'm going to switch cameras. Just let me check I'm on the right camera. I'm going to go here. Yeah. Okay. The next camera we're looking at is the Ultimate Tiny PTZ webcam. Okay. This is it. Now, the first thing about the Ultimate Tiny is it's got 3 presets. Okay. So I can go to the monitor. I can look outside. Yeah. Or I can come to me. Okay. Now, the thing about this is 3 presets. And because it's on a gimbal, I can go through 180-degree angle. So this is set up on a tripod, which means that I can just look at the lens, as I said earlier. I can concentrate on looking at the lens. I don't need to look up or down. I can just look at the lens, and I'm in the center of the lens camera lens, and it looks as though I'm looking directly at everybody who's watching. And that's what you're aiming for, is to look directly at people, because it shows you're actually concentrating on what you're doing. Now, the Bob Spot is the most fun you can have with a camera. It's a serious camera, don't get me wrong, but it's not a static camera. If we look at, I'm just going to go here. If we look at the Logitech Brio, which is there, Logitech Brio goes on your desktop and it can't move. Yeah, it can't go left or right. It's just straight ahead. The ObSpot camera, however, next to it, just give me a second. Okay, I've switched it back on. Can point in any direction due to the dual axis gimbal that it's actually on. The other thing that the Oswald can do that no other camera can do, just watch the lens again. There, it can go to sleep. Okay, and it does in fact switch itself off, and then I can switch it back on again. Okay, and that is very useful to be able to switch a camera off, not just to actually flick a lens over, but using software. Just a minute. Using software to be able to control the camera. And as with, I showed you the Brio software, there is software that comes with the Oswald Tiny, which allows you to actually control it. In fact, the software will control more than one OBSBot. My software is controlling 2 OBSBots. And this is the first of those. This is the OBSBot Tiny, which was the first OBSBot I bought back in January. And I'm so impressed, I've actually bought a second one now. And you know when a camera is becoming popular, when people start recommending it. And over the last week or so, I've seen people actually recommending the OBSBot as opposed to other cameras. The OBSBot is a first choice camera. And that's going to increase, because the thing about OBSBot is that they keep the firmware up to date and they keep the desktop software up to date as well. And the software runs on PC or Mac, and it's just a joy to use. Because if I switch cameras, let's come back to me for a second. Okay, so I'm going to switch my second camera, and I'm going to go here and here. I'll be back in a second, don't worry about it. I'm coming back. Okay, back to me. Okay, we're now on the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera. Okay, and as I said, the thing about the PTZ camera is that you can have 3 locations. So you've got me, you've got the desktop, okay, this is live, okay, and you've got the garden. And the camera is actually going through 180 degrees to actually go from me. Yeah, so this is me to the desktop and to the garden. I think it's the ability to do that far in advance of any camera. It's not a PTZ. Pan, tilt, and zoom is the camera functions that you can use to change your outlook. You can show people different things. I mean, I'm able to use it to show people show you the desktop. Okay, so if I go to the desktop, I can talk about the Logitech C920X camera. I can talk about the Anchor 4-way USB, the Echo Dot, the TP-Link Wi-Fi, which I'm using at the moment to broadcast to you. There's the OBSBot camera. There's the tripod stand. Everything I'm showing you now is down in the carousel. Those are the Aftershocks headphones. There is the Treblab X3 Pro. There is my beautiful Lumical stand. And here is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which we're going to look at in a moment. Okay, but the thing about the OBSBot is this, and hopefully this will work. Okay, let's take, they have AI-powered framing and gesture control and tracking. You can tell the camera to follow you. You can tell the camera to stop following you. You can zoom in or you can zoom out. The camera I'm showing you is a full 1080p camera, and it's got dual omnidirectional microphones and a 90-degree angle. And we looked at that. That's the 90-degree angle, and it goes all the way around the arc. It's got low light correction. So if I switch my light off, okay, we're back, and switch the light back on again. So you can still see me, but I was a bit darker. It is an AI-powered PTZ webcam, And for the price that's down in the carousel at the moment, it is today $169, which is 15% off. Yeah. And it has privacy controls and the sleep mode. And you've just seen 3 preset positions and headroom mode, which is important. Okay. Face auto exposure, so I look reasonably clear. Yeah, works well. Right, let's go to the comments and go over to Equity, who's saying hello to Corinda. And again, hopefully I'll be able to see this. Chuck, oh, it's Chuck. I did not know the logo would show up. I thought my picture would. Well, if you're actually commenting as your page, Chuck, and thank you for joining me. It's Chuck Trice. Thank you for joining me. But if you comment as your page, you'll get your page logo. And Chuck is saying he also uses the Brio 4K and the Obswat Tiny and the Ava Media camera and OBS. So that's how Chuck broadcasts. Chuck, thank you for joining me, and thank you for the support for the Brio and the Obswat Tiny. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to my main camera. The other thing I'm going to do is we're going to go to the next item in the carousel. And the next thing I'm going to look at is basically my latest acquisition. It is down in the carousel now. Today it is $12.29.90. It's 5% off. Okay, it is. Just a minute. I need to change something. Let me change something. Okay, let's go over here and change and click there and click there. You can now see it. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone from Samsung. This is the flagship phone. This is the top of the range, and I'm so delighted to have it. It has 256 gig, or you can get 512, depends on what you want. It's got an 8K camera for stills and for video. And I'm going to show you, in 2 minutes, I'm going to show you some photographs taken with this very mobile phone. It's got the brightest display that Samsung have ever had. I was watching this outside yesterday. Just a minute. Just let me go here and here. I was watching this outside yesterday, and that's me live on Facebook. And I could see everything on the phone. It is so bright. I mean, my old phone couldn't see a thing. In bright sunlight, you can actually still see the screen. Now, do you remember the Galaxy Note? The Galaxy Note used to have an S Pen. The S Pen is back, and it's part of the Samsung Galaxy S22. And if I go here, just indulge me a moment, then I can write. Okay, we're just concentrating, so I don't want to make a mistake. Okay, so I can write with the S Pen. Now, the other thing is that there are about 7 different applications you can use with the S Pen, which are already installed on the device. And if you've got the phone switched off, you can still take notes, save them, so that when you switch the phone back on, you can actually revisit them and take action. So you can write notes while the phone is off. The other thing, obviously, which is absolutely brilliant for, is for actually scrolling. And if I go back here, okay, scrolling is just so smooth. Yeah, we're going through my profile page on Facebook. You can see me live there. That's the intro to the show. And further down there, you can see penguins. Okay, and also my partner Angelica. I'm going to show you another photo, bigger photo than that in a second. But scrolling with the pen, the other thing you can do with the pen is it's got air gestures, so that if you set up to do a photograph, yeah, you can take the shot with an air gesture from the pen. Okay. Remember, in a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you examples of this working, which is, yeah, it's got a long battery life. If you charge overnight, it's good for 24 hours or more. It's 8K super steady video. Okay, so high quality. Well, I mean, the webcams we were just talking about were 4K. This is 8K, yeah, which is absolutely brilliant. And it's got nightography, taking photographs at night. And the cameras, okay, on the back, you have 108 megapixel. You've got 3 times zoom and 10 times zoom, okay, and the nightography lens as well. This is in a case, and the case actually covers up all the lenses until you actually need them. It's got adaptive color contrast. We've talked about that. It adapts to the lighting. It's got a long-lasting battery plus fast charging. Okay, fast charging you actually need a brick for. We'll talk about that shortly. It's got the embedded S Pen, and the thing I love about this S Pen, it actually housed within the phone casing itself. If I walk out the room and I leave the S Pen behind, I get a reminder on the phone that says, "Where's your S Pen?" which is handy for me. Okay, and it's unlocked by Samsung. Okay, so you can get a SIM card from your favorite carrier. Now, the next thing is I'm going to show. I can talk about the phone. I can show you the phone, but what does it do? Okay, so let me go down here and go over here, and what we're going to do is bring up on screen, and I'm going to go forward one. Okay, and I'm going to go picture in picture. We don't need that anymore, so I can stop sharing that. And I'm going to go picture in picture like this. Okay, these are images taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and this is what it's capable of. I don't profess to be the world's best photographer, but these are the shots that I've taken. Okay, picture number one. We went out at the weekend and we went to a place called Birdland, which is in the Cotswolds in the UK. And whilst we're there, we had a walk around and we saw the flamingos, pretty close up. Okay, so that's to me, that's a beautiful shot of the flamingos. And I've got a comment from Corinda, and Corinda is saying, right, something personal. I'll come back to that in a minute. So the flamingos. The next photograph is of the penguins. And I love the composition of this photograph. This again was using the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and zooming in. The next photograph is rather special to me. This is my partner Angelica, and you can see in the Angelica in the foreground, in the background, you can see the flamingos. I love photography. This is our wild garden. Basically, we sowed that about 4 weeks ago, and it is, you see through the second photograph, it's really taking off. Again, this photograph by the S22 and zooming in, and this is our garden. Okay, and this is the Kramer in Devizes, and basically it's a man-made pond. It's visited by Canadian geese, mallard ducks, and local wildfowl, and it's a great place just to go and sit. Behind the leftmost tree is our church, St. James's Church. Next to that is the workers' houses, but I just love the way this shot is laid out. This is our high street. Used to be the main road, but it's no, isn't anymore. This is a side road. I love the composition here of the cars and the double yellow lines for no parking, and then the shopkeeper with their goods displayed outside. Nightography. It was 11 o'clock at night. It was absolutely pitch black. I couldn't see a thing, but the camera actually saw this. And I think this is just an amazing photograph. And I'm going to show you some chickens in a minute, but for the moment, this is the Queen's Baton Relay. Starting this weekend in Birmingham is the Commonwealth Games. Now, this baton has been all around the world to every Commonwealth country. And 2 weeks ago, it arrived in Devizes and was carried through Devizes by our shy horse and the coachman there. And the shy horses, there are 4 of them, work for the local brewery, and they deliver beer to the local pubs, cask ale, real ale. And there were a crowd of about 500 of us in the town square to see them off, and they went for a short journey to the local canal, Kennington Canal, and then the runners got out, and they then set off for Stonehenge and run the 20, well, it's about 20 miles to Stonehenge. But that was basically an awesome day. I love the way, the quality of the picture taken by the camera. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to me, which means that I can hide the images. So that's taking photographs. This, let's go to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, I'm at police station. The bank called police on me for live streaming station. Is that allowed? No, you can't live stream in the police station. I hope that you have you find somebody who understands Corinda, and that you very quickly go home. Get home as soon as you can. Over to Barry. Barry's saying the pics. All right, and the pics from your Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra are quite good quality. This is from one of my favorite photographers, Barry in Sarnia, Ontario. That's quite a compliment. Thank you, Barry. And just back to Corinda. Corinda, I'm at a police station. The bank called police on me for live streaming in station. Is that allowed? I have the right. You can live stream from public places. You can't live stream from private property unless you have permission. Okay. All right. Right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the chickens. So I'm going to play a short video. This video was my first video with the Samsung Galaxy S22. I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. This is my first video with the Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're in the garden on a beautiful sunny day. It's about 31 degrees, and let's take a walk down the path and see what we can find. Okay, now what I'm checking is the sound quality and also the video quality. So let's see how this works. So I can pan round. Okay, and I'm going to go onto the grass, and this is our newer wildflower garden, and the right hand side is taking off slowly, but the left hand side is firmly established. As I go round again and down the garden. Okay, Angelica put a lot of work into getting the garden into the state it's in. And I want to take you down now to the new table and chairs that we've got. Chairs are covered up to protect them because, as you can see, we are out in the countryside and birds can actually fly over, which is not a good idea. But this is our brand new table, and we saw it in the local garden centre and thought, let's have that. So we did, we bought it. Okay, now over here is our wild animal enclosure, and if I go around the corner we should see, hopefully they're camera friendly, but if I go around here we should be able to see, hello chickens, hello. Okay, and we've got 4 chickens in total. They're all rather camera shy. Yeah, and they're turning away from the camera. They know what's going on. They know they're being filmed, apart from the one who's going to be a star someday. Okay, and this is an igloo, which is where they live, and it's very easy to maintain. Chickens are easy to maintain, and we're actually currently getting 4 eggs a day, and the chickens were rescue chickens. In other words, they had been kept for their egg laying. After 2 years they let the chickens go, and then the chickens have got to be rehoused, and we actually managed to get hold of 4. So these are all about the same age, and will go on for 2 or 3 years laying eggs for us. And right, I'm back. Just let's do the usual check. Just a minute. Thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. Just doing a check, signing into my phone, going there, and going there, and hopefully I should be able to show you in a second. Okay, if I turn the volume up, hopefully I should be able to show you in a second. I'm live on Facebook as well, and thank you to Barry. Okay, if I turn the volume up, hopefully. Okay, thank you to Barry for the comment. Okay, so I can turn the sound down. Okay, when I play a video, I've got this habit of just checking that when I finish playing the video, I've still got sound. So thank you, Barry, for the comment. Thanks to everybody who's watching on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching live, please do make a comment. I'm live on Amazon Live as well. And thank you for watching on Amazon Live. And thank you to Rome earlier. Rome was with us, and he said, hit the follow button. Okay, so if you're enjoying the broadcast on Amazon Live, please do say. And thank you to Didar and Barry and Moinading for liking this live broadcast. Okay, just a reminder that you are watching. If I go here, I've got my sticky notes. Your host is Stephen Healy from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We're talking about Logitech Brio. We've done that. Talking about the Samsung S22 mobile. I want to say a big thank you for watching live, and ask me any questions. I mean, basically, this is a free resource from Amazon Live. If you're on Amazon.com and watching me live there, then you can ask questions, and as we've just seen, I can show them live on my broadcast. That's a comment made by Rome earlier on Amazon Live. Okay, now the next item we're going to look at is down in the carousel. So let's get the carousel and go over here. Right, the next item I'm looking at is the Fitbit Inspire 2, which is $75.99, which is 24% off. Okay, this is the Fitbit Inspire 2. I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And I'm going to tell you why this is a good idea. This Fitbit Inspire 2, I've got one, Anga's got one. Basically, this is the standard black strap. You can get other colors, and you can get designer straps too. It has one job in life, and that's to track the number of steps that you take a day. Okay, now 2,000 steps is 1 mile. I try and do 8,000 steps, which is 4 miles a day. That's only the beginning though. Yeah, actually walking 4 miles a day will keep you fit. Totally. It's the easiest form of exercise there is walking, and this tracks your steps. But it does more than that, and it does more than that for free, because once you bought the Fitbit, everything that I'm about to show you is totally free. So I'm going to load up a website. Give me a second while I get the website sorted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you my Fitbit dashboard. Now, Fitbit is owned by Google. Yeah, that's the first thing. So in terms of financial backing, Google liked it so much they bought the whole company. That's the first thing. The other thing is that when you go to Fitbit.com to register for your warranty and guarantee, you then are tapping into a whole community of people who also wear Fitbits and are there with one purpose in mind, and that is to stay fit using a Fitbit. Now I'm just setting up the page. I may have to log in because I haven't used this particular page for a week. So just let me go here and to my dashboard. Okay, so over we go, and hopefully it's there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is a screen share. Okay, and everything I show you from now on is totally free. With a Fitbit, there is no subscription. You buy the Fitbit and everything I'm about to show you is free, totally free. No strings, no renewal. As long as you've got the Fitbit and it's charged, then all this information is available to you. So there's my Fitbit dashboard, and I'm going to go over and go picture in picture. Let's say goodbye. Just a minute. Let's say goodbye to the chickens. And here we are. This is my Fitbit dashboard. Now, the first thing about Fitbit is the community. You'll see the top left-hand corner, 2 people. It is all about community. You can, hang on, I'm taking you there. I didn't mean that. Okay, let's go back a minute. Press the button, didn't mean to. Just meant to hover. Okay, community. One of the things about trying to keep fit is the motivation. Now, you get motivation from your friends and family, but if you can have motivation from people from around the world, that's better. And with joining the Fitbit community, what you have, every week there are 2 challenges, a weekday challenge and a weekend challenge, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And you can join those challenges. And the idea is that you take part in the challenge, and it's who can do the most steps over the weekdays or over the weekend. Okay. Now me, I won't get to the top, but I try not to be the bottom. I try to be somewhere in between. Yeah. And that's the motivation, because when I go out my front door and I walk 3 miles, I've given permission for the people on my ladder to actually see it, and they will cheer me on. So I get people cheering me on when I do exercise every time. If I'm in a challenge, I get people supporting me, people of like mind, people who've got common interests, people who want to stay fit using a Fitbit and want me to do exactly the same. Now, of course, I cheer people as well. It's a win-win situation, but as a community, and you can ask questions. There are all sorts of groups on there. You can ask questions about staying fit with a Fitbit. Now, let's go back to the screen display. The next one is sleep pattern. Okay, now I know it's showing I got 56 minutes sleep last night, but that's not entirely accurate. Okay, and it says 7 hours, 4 minutes from goal. Yeah, my goal is 8 hours sleep a night. I wasn't aware that was going to come up. But if you wear the Fitbit for 4 nights, it will track your sleep pattern, and it will tell you, recommend to you how you can improve your sleep pattern. So it tracks your dream sleep, it tracks when you wake up, it tracks you when you're in deep sleep. It will give you the graphs and tell you what actions you can take to actually improve your sleep. It keeps track of the number of steps that you do, and it tells you the maximum number of steps you've done in a day. And I've done 60,000 steps in a day. Quick bit of math, that is 30 miles. And that was when I did the marathon from Avebury to Stonehenge. You can record your weight, and it will track how your weight is going up or down. And you simply enter your weight on a regular basis, and you can track which way your weight is going. In addition to that, there is an app on the mobile, on iOS and on Android, and you can use that app to record a food diary. Okay, now the food diary is totally connected, and you can log your food, breakfast, lunch, snacks, possibly, evening meal, how much water you drink. You can log all of that in the food diary. And so Fitbit is capturing how many calories you've spent, and the food diary is tracking how many calories you've eaten. And The idea is to eat fewer calories than you use. Now, I've not been very active this week, but it tracks my steps for the month. Okay, so these are my steps this month. But the important thing to me is it also tracks the steps that I've done this year. And this year, I've done 808 miles, 23. And my target is to do 200 miles. Okay. So that's the Fitbit. And it is a great way to actually keep fit. Right, to everybody who's watching me live on Facebook and YouTube, thank you. To everybody who's watching on Amazon Live, thank you. This has been Stephen, live from Wiltshire in England. I'm back at 12 o'clock, as you already know. I'm back at 12 o'clock on Be Live with Finding Guests for Your Broadcasts, hosted by Stephen Healy. Thank you for watching me today. I'll be back tomorrow at my regular time of 11 a.m. Eastern. I had to move it for today. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everybody. Bye. That's a wrap.